Girls, do your taxes.
If you're hearing our voices, it means it's time for It's This Meets That, the podcast where we watch the worst movies from trailer to end credits, scene by scene. So you don't have to, but maybe you should. I'm Russ.
I'm Jared.
It's a safety tip, actually. It's an ITMT safety tip.
That's right. That's right.
Do your taxes or else.
You recall which one it was? Like, wasn't it like 51?
50, maybe 53, maybe. I feel like it's
nope, definitely not 53.
Nope, no, 53 is don't write with what you eat.
That's right.
Which that's a fair. 84. ITMT 84. Safety tip number 84. Always pay your taxes or else.
Perfect.
So good start. Good start.
Great start.
Great start. All right, so we're back. Here we are. We're doing a full breakdown of The Stand-In.
Mm-hmm.
The movie that's billed as a comedy, drama, and also a romance. Like
it was almost none of those things.
It was really close to being none of those things. Yeah, what do we in the trailer did not? I don't think it really played up the drama part at all. Anyways,
nope. There were like no stakes, nothing mattered really.
Yeah, in the end, yeah, no, not, yeah. And at the very end, I was like, wait, what? She's okay with this?
Everyone's just fine with this.
What's going? Oh my god! All right, so why don't you recap us? What are we doing? What's happening here? What's this movie about?
Yeah, sure. So, in a sentence, a disaffected comedy actress and her ambitious stand-in trade places.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, yeah, not totally wrong.
That's exactly what happens. So, right.
Yeah.
Not to be confused with Dan Aykroyd.
So I'm gonna throw this out there. So our expectations, our prognostications from the trailer, I think we came really close.
Pretty close, yeah.
I mean, we were like, I think we said we hope it goes like kind of super dark and gets really weird and turns into a psychological thriller.
At times.
I mean, it got pretty dark and you're like, oh, this is getting really, really awkward and dark actually.
Yeah.
But it doesn't fully commit.
I think we thought it was going to be funny, but then
it's not funny at all. I mean, there's some moments that are like kind of haha, but
I laughed a couple times.
Yeah, I definitely did. But benchmark, but yeah. So
here or there,
I don't think we're that far off actually with our prognostications. I think we kind of we nailed it.
Great work, team.
What do we do here? All right, quick info. You want to get into it?
Yeah.
So this is directed by Jamie Babbitt. So she's done a ton of TV stuff.
Okay.
Like a lot. Like Only Murders in the Building. She's done 6 episodes of that. League of Their Own TV show. Like a ton of TV. Awkwafina is Nora from Queens.
I love that show.
Russian Doll. She did 3 episodes of that. Marvelous Miss Maisel. I love that show. 2 episodes of that.
Sure.
Silicon Valley. 8 episodes of that.
Yeah.
Santa Clarita Diet, which we talked about in the trailer.
Drew Barrymore,
I had not seen, which I heard is good. She did 1 episode of that. Or The Orville, like Brooklyn Nine-Nine. She has Girls. She did 4 episodes of that.
Wow.
Yeah, and it's
prolific.
Yeah, crushing the TV and really good TV. And it's funny because like you can see she probably called in some cameos because like there's random cameos in this movie that are like all from these TV shows. So
yeah. Yeah. So yeah, at one point Andy Samberg jumps out and it's a whole thing. We'll get there.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Yeah, we'll get there. So she directed this thing, and it's written by Sam Bain.
Okay.
He
born in darkness.
I was born in darkness. Again, he's more TV guy. Yeah, a lot of TV. Nothing I really know here though.
Oh, Peep Show. 53 episodes of Peep Show. That's just great.
I mean, 2003 to 2015. Holy shnikes. I did not know that. Yeah. So Children's Hospital, and was a Comedy Central thing, 1 episode of that. The Old Guys. So they're 2 TV people, basically.
Okay.
We're diving into the film world. So
well, bad job. Don't do it again.
Yeah. Know your lane.
Yeah. Stick with what you know.
Yeah. I mean, it's fine to dip into it. And you're like, I'm going to throw my toes in it. And you're like, okay, that's not for me.
Yeah. Do a made for TV movie, maybe. I mean,
do a Christmas Prince. I don't know.
Yeah, sure. I was trying to think, would I rather watch this again or Christmas Prince?
Oh,
I think A Christmas Prince. It was funnier.
Definitely. It was stupid funny. Like, hey.
Yeah, there were some laugh out loud moments in A Christmas Prince.
Yeah, there isn't in this.
No, this was torment.
Yeah. And they labeled it as a comedy, a rom-com / drama. It's definitely more of a drama than anything. Anyways.
Yeah, I think they were like, oh shit, well, nothing really matters or happens. I guess we can't really call it a comedy drama.
Yeah.
Isn't it funny how nothing matters?
It's a dramedy? I don't know.
Stupid.
Anyway, so who's in this? Not a lot of people. All right, I'm going to tell you right now. Drew Barrymore, she plays double roles here. She plays Paula.
What?
Yeah. Did you not know
that was her?
Yeah, the entire time. I know you're not good with faces, but yeah, I know. So she plays the two main characters here. She plays Paula, who is the stand-in. Yeah. And then she also plays Candy Black, aka Kathy something.
Tyler,
thank you. Kathy Tyler, the star, right?
Yep.
I'm gonna throw it out there. I actually thought Drew Barrymore was pretty good.
She's always good. Yeah. Like
I thought she was really good in this. Like,
yeah, she's always good. And that's part of what makes it difficult to talk about it so badly because
I thought playing the split performance and the two characters were completely different and she did a good job of like separating them, but it was like, oh, it's still her. So
yeah. I mean, Thais and I talked about that during the movie too, of like the scenes where they filmed her like arguing with herself. like it's pretty good. They did a good job of that. Yeah.
It's like, I think these are two different people talking to each other right now. So
convincing.
She couldn't hold up the rest of the movie, but
no.
Anyways, who else is in this? We got Michael Zegan, who plays Steve, the love interest, who is
a degenerate.
He is a degenerate. He's Mr. Maisel from Marvelous Miss Maisel.
Right, got it.
We got TJ Miller.
Speaking of degenerates,
right? He plays Lewis, who is Drew Barrymore's character's agent, right?
Well, Lewis / Friedrich.
Everyone's got a different name in this movie. God damn it!
Wait, oh, sorry, we forgot Steve /
Oh, right, yeah, Steve / what is
Larry?
Yeah, Larry. Everyone's got a different personality here.
Yeah.
Then we got Holland Taylor. That's Barbara, the director, the older woman there who plays the director. She's
she was good too.
Yeah, she's plot point wise important to the story.
Mm-hmm.
Not a lot of other people in this movie, but so we got Michelle. Was it Buteau? Buteau. She plays Ingrid. She's pretty funny in all of her scenes that she's got. All 2 or 3 of them.
She's got 7 lines, but
they all landed. Like, this is pretty funny.
Yeah.
Ellie Kemper, who plays Jenna Jones. I think she was pretty great in it too. And we got Georgia Buchanan, who plays tourist Harriet.
Can't get enough.
Right? Take my picture.
Wow, love it.
Yeah. You want some numbers right now?
Yeah, number me, Daddy.
God damn it. That's
too early.
Yeah, too early. It's too early for that. So worldwide, aka international, because domestic, there's no numbers for this because I think it just went right to Netflix. Netflix picked it up. It made $101,358.
It's only like 26 fanatics.
Yeah,
so
that's not. Yeah,
pretty bad.
That's not good. I couldn't get any video numbers, so domestic because it went right to Netflix. So.
Right. Well, I mean, I think it was supposed to be released, but I think this was a COVID
pandemic.
affected.
Yeah, because it came out in 2020, right? So I think COVID kind of ruined it. But
you're like, oh, you know what we shouldn't do? Go to theaters right now.
yeah.
This isn't going to make money anyway.
Let's not go in germ boxes. We don't want to hang out in germ box. That's fine.
Yeah, makes sense to me. Just like spitting on everything.
It's so gross. By the way, if you're one of those people who go to the movie theater and you buy candy that's in a plastic wrapper, open it before you get into the theater, please.
That's theater etiquette 101.
Right? Like I don't want to hear you like 10 minutes into the movie.
I was going to say, you can open it in the theater. Just do it before the movie starts.
Before the movie starts.
Yeah.
Credits or even the trailers. Open it during that time. But once the movie starts, why is your candy not open? Open the box. Open what's in the box. Open the box.
Yep. Couldn't agree more. As a sour Skittles man, a notoriously noisy candy to open.
I also think that movie theaters they don't sell candies that come wrapped like that. So that means people are bringing in stuff from like a 7-Eleven.
Oh, no, they definitely do.
In a plastic wrap? I don't think they do for that reason. Really?
No, they definitely do. Yeah.
I thought they were all in the cardboard box. I mean, I get my
No
junior.
way.
I do junior mints all the time.
Junior mints, you sicko.
What? Are you an anti-mint and chocolate person?
No, I like mint chocolate. I just like of all the candies in all the world, Junior mints is your go-to.
Yeah, for the movie theater, absolutely.
You like what you like. Yeah, tastes a bunch of crunch in the box person. And I'm a sour Skittles man.
You're a sour Skittles?
Yeah. Got to be sour Skittles.
Not even the OG Skittles?
No, as I've grown older, my tastes have become more extreme. I think my taste buds are dying.
like you're looking for something to push the envelope here.
That's right, listeners. If you don't, if you're familiar with the show Hot Ones, I'm doing that later on today. Not actual Hot Ones.
I wish I was there. I wish I was there for that.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. And by fun, I mean painful.
I need photos of when you do the DeBomb one.
Oh yeah, I'm going to be in tears for sure.
I don't think that's healthy. It's not good.
No, it's bad for you.
Yeah.
Actively bad for you. So anyway.
Were we talking about movie? Yeah.
I need those extreme flavors in my life. So yeah, sour Skittles, which they do sell at the theater in a crinkly bag. I mean, they sell lots of stuff in a crinkly bag.
I don't think that really.
Swedish Fish comes in a crinkly bag sometimes.
In the theater?
Twizzlers. They do Twizzlers in the plastic bag. Yeah.
Why would they do that? So the theaters are they're the enemies. They're the ones who are.
Why do they sell popcorn? It's so crunchy. Like, who knows, man?
God damn it.
They saw all kinds of weird shit in the theater. Pace and I we didn't eat dinner. We went to see the Spider-Verse movie last week, and we got hot dogs. So you get hot dogs in the theater now.
You get hot dogs?
I don't know. You get hot dogs. We're hungry. I think I got a hot dog and sour Skittles. That was my dinner.
Oh my God.
A plain hot. I forgot condiments. I didn't want to go back.
And this week, Jared is a diabetic. Hey,
yeah, a boiled hot dog. Yeah,
a boiled theater hot dog. It's our last one. Here you go.
I mean, it's no worse than a ballpark hot dog.
Oh my God. Anyways, so where were we? Oh yeah, so budget.
Regardless.
Irregardless. As Donovan says, irregardless. Don't get the hot dog at the movie theater. Donovan hasn't been to a movie theater in 30 years.
That's right. Last thing she saw in the theater was Toy Story. The first Toy Story.
The last 2 movies she saw was Fatal Attraction and then Toy Story.
That's right. She did it. She snuck into Toy Story. That's right. She went to see Fatal Attraction and then walked across the theater. I don't
know if those came at the same time. I don't.
Yeah, they were definitely in theaters at the same time for sure. Listeners, correct us on that.
Go ahead, try it, do it. Donovan. But yeah, she hates rappers on
Fatal
candies
Attraction
too.
Came out in 1987.
Yeah, I was like, the movie came out in the 80s.
I thought it was the early 90s. I don't know.
Toy Story was like
1996 or something. Yeah, like 95 or.
I love that Fatal Attraction. I love the Toy Story. All the toys, they talk.
Tim Allen. Love cocaine.
Listeners, you should hear her. She's great at doing the It's This Meets That. She's like, it's Fatal Attraction meets Toy Story every movie we do.
And she always finds a good way to connect it.
She nails it. I mean, Donna that's why she's our top employee.
That's right.
Employee number 1, I think.
I think you're right. Yeah. Yeah. Don't tell the rest of the team that Donna's the star here.
So all right.
Ryan to get jealous.
Yeah. Or Todd.
Yeah. Just Todd.
Just Todd. or ITMTron. Yeah. Anyways, so budget, we don't know.
There's no way to know.
If we had to guess on a budget for this movie,
too much.
Yeah, too much.
Probably a mansion budget was sizable, I would think.
Yeah, let's find an empty mansion in probably Connecticut.
Yeah.
And just do that. And then Rotten Tomatoes. So this might be a first. Rotten Tomatoes, it's 29% critic, 18% audience.
Wow.
I think typically the audience is higher than, it's usually always higher than the critics.
Yeah.
So
I think the critics gave it the Barrymore bump. They were like, well, it's Drew Barrymore. Good performance. Bump it up.
Like we said, she's great in it. I think she crushes it. But everything else it's also weird. It's like one of those movies, like we talked about this before, like there's other movies we watch and like, oh, they're doing like this, they're doing one thing, like a slapsticky thing, but they're not committing to it. So it's kind of weird. This movie, it's the same thing. It's like, oh, is this like a dark comedy? Is this supposed to be like a really, it's a drama.
It was just dark.
It was pretty dark. I mean, I was not that far off when I said it's single white female. I was like, I think this is.
I thought Drew Barrymore was going to die multiple times.
So too. I thought there was going to be a murder. I was waiting for the end of, There Will Be Blood. Like I was waiting for the old, clock over the head and just like, I'm finished. I was like waiting for that moment to happen and it didn't. And then when everyone was happy, I'm like, why is everyone happy? What's going on?
Yeah. I hate the happy ending here.
Yeah. Commit to something.
It wasn't a happy ending entirely.
True. Lesson learned. Yeah, we'll get there. All right,
you end of the movie.
Yeah. So we're gonna go into fast facts now. You want to fast fact me, Daddy?
Say it.
Oh, I hate this.
I sure do. So yeah, a bit of a struggle today to pull fast facts because the IMDb trivia is a little weak. So I had to go read some interviews, watch some interviews. Unfortunate. They did an unfortunate amount of media for this movie. So basically, one of the funnier ones I thought was apparently they did hours and hours of makeup to do the prosthetics on Drew Barrymore to be Paula. I know that's what I said.
What? Hours and hours? What?
My first thought is that yes, hours and hours in the makeup chair.
Like I'm thinking hours and hours. I'm thinking like, all right, watch like a Marvel movie, watch like Guardians of the Galaxy and look at them. Like that's hours and hours. Like,
yep. They like had to put a little rubber nose on Drew Barrymore. So
that's all they did.
Maybe some teeth stuff. So anyway, so apparently they would just like send her out into Times Square while they were filming because they were like, ooh, this will be a cool test of the makeup. And like no one recognized her, which is mind-boggling.
I mean, like, with the nose, she definitely does different. But sure. But I mean, you would see the nose and be like, that's weird. And you'd be like, oh, that's Drew Barrymore with a weird nose.
Listeners, if you're not driving a car right now, stop what you're doing, pause the podcast, go look up a picture of Drew Barrymore in this movie and be like, oh, I would recognize Drew Barrymore if I saw her in Times Square.
Yeah. I'm glad you put out the PSA, by the way. Like, hey, if you're driving right now, pull over and do those things. Don't do it while you're driving.
That's right.
Or if you have a significant other next to you or a passenger, have them look it up.
Yep. It's a safety tip, not even worth documenting.
Not even documenting. Just don't be an idiot.
Don't be on your phone while you're driving. So anyway, so they had her do this. They had her do an audition, like a casting call. In the makeup, and they were like, oh wow, like you could be Drew Barrymore or whatever. Like the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen.
So and they had Drew Barrymore do an audition to be Drew Barrymore, and okay. Right.
Well, not to be Drew Barrymore, to be something else. Whatever. Gotcha. Just going to like an open casting.
Got it. To be the character. Okay. All right.
Yeah. And so, what they said about it is, we wanted to see what the desperate life of a stand-in was like. Someone who people didn't give a shit about, who just wants to fit in with the theater crowd, but really isn't welcome. It's been years since Drew has been treated like that in the business. So it was a fun acting rehearsal. What? Oh, it's been years since Drew's been treated like shit. Let's go have her be treated like shit somewhere because that'll be fun.
It's also like all the stand-ins are like in the world are like, oh, thanks. Yeah, I guess we're pieces of shit. Thanks.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, what kind of sentence is this?
Like, we do have a job here.
Apparently a not important one. Another one that I thought was funny in another interview, Drew Barrymore herself described this as the hardest film I've done since Grey Gardens.
I don't know what Grey Gardens is.
I don't either.
Okay.
Listeners, tell us what Grey Gardens is. Apparently it was an infamously difficult film. 1975. That must have been like...
She was like 10.
It must have been a remake, right? Like, was she in that? I just Googled.
She was like 12 or like 14 in that, wasn't she? 1975. What?
I'm so rattled right now. I don't think she's in this. Is there a remake?
I don't know. I don't know.
Fascinating. All right.
Yeah.
Well, nope. There was the 2009 film.
Oh, okay.
Starring Drew Barrymore. So they did a remake. A documentary. What's happening? What's happening?
What's going on? Why is it the hardest thing? It's a documentary. Just answer questions. That's all you got to do.
Yeah. Sorry, I lost the thread here. Talking about how difficult it was. Apparently her biggest fear was like this failure to launch thing the whole time. Partially because of I'm sure around when the pandemic was coming out, people were like, are we going to do this or not? They went direct to video instead. Stinks, but she went full method to do this. Apparently.
Oh boy.
Didn't speak to anyone unless she was in one of the two characters. And she would like do crazy hours at night, and like, what a waste. Like it shows like you did a good performance, but also don't do that.
Yeah. Like why?
Not for the script. Yeah. And then the last fast fact here, that's a huge plot point. That she like gets these like multiple 6-figure personal appearance fees on talk shows. That's not how talk shows work.
So I was curious about this. Like, so did you?
They do not. Yeah. So there's like, apparently there's like very
when
infrequent.
When you're invited on, you're promoting. It's giving you an opportunity to promote your movie. So like, they're like, yeah, we'll invite you on to promote your movie.
Yeah.
Like,
so they usually do get paid. And if it is like a super high profile person, that's usually not like promoting something as much or whatever. Like they might super high profile, they might get like 10 grand, but otherwise it's like maybe a few $100s or nothing.
Yeah.
like no one's making $500,000. Like one of them, she said it was like $500,000 or something, wasn't it?
That's
like
crazy.
Ridiculous.
Not happening.
And that's it.
Short fast fact, Daddy.
Nice and quick. Okay.
Well, that's good stuff. That's fun. Do you want to Hollywood pitch me, motherfucker?
Yeah, I do. And I like that we're both doing plugs of old episodes.
I'm pumped for mine. I think mine's awesome.
Well, I can't wait to hear it, but you have to listen through mine first.
Good. It gives me time to think about mine.
Yeah. So it's obviously Love Actually meets A Simple Curve.
I mean, come on. Like,
I said it as soon as I started the movie, basically. So Love Actually, big pod hit.
Yeah.
People love that episode.
Enemy of the pod movie.
That's right.
if we have a movie that's an enemy of the pod, it's Love Actually.
That's the one. Yeah.
Come at us, Love Actually fans. Come at us. Do it. Go ahead.
Y'all don't know what you're talking about.
You know what you're talking about. Stop it. Grow up.
It's obviously the same because both movies have stand-ins. So this movie has the titular stand-in. Love Actually has those weird porn stand-ins. That's kind of funny.
Okay. Yep. Right? All right. Yep. Yeah. All right. Not wrong.
Both movies featured toxic and abusive relationships.
Okay.
As we've discussed in depth in our Love Actually episode, that movie is full of garbage relationships. And so is this one.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Both movies have multiple storylines, and some of them are more interesting than others. So in Love Actually, I wanted more on the porn stand-ins that you didn't even get to see.
I know, because I watched I missed all the porn. The best part, like I missed all the nudity.
Part. That's right. So I would have loved more of that. Some more of the other characters in there too that were just like weird side throwaway characters that had way better stories. Like in this movie, like Lewis's struggle with addiction sounded really interesting on that phone call with his therapist, right?
I was like, this is pretty funny, actually. And also, I'm curious.
Is this autobiographical, TJ Miller? I don't know.
Everyone loves a comeback story.
Yeah. And I would have loved more about that. Is that one Ingrid's battle with addiction and recovery? Like that would have been more interesting. She had a couple of really good lines.
All the side characters, basically.
Yeah. We mentioned earlier, Steve had a double life, formerly Larry, who was we have a quoted later, but they basically call him like a Nazi baby pissing Holocaust kind of guy. Yeah, it's a whole thing.
I know that sounds, we'll get to it, but it's ridiculous.
Yeah. It's a whole thing, but his whole life has been hiding out after this like picture of him blew up.
Yeah.
Like, that's an interesting story. Like, what have you been doing? I know he's been woodworking, but like, I don't know. Tell me about it. Woodworking will transition well into my next one, but the other big thing is like star-studded cast in terms of, not quite as much as Love Actually, but a lot of big names in this movie.
Yeah, and a lot of random cameos that pop in. So okay.
And then there's like the love and loss and finding yourself. That's Love Actually and this movie in a nutshell, right?
Pretty much. I mean, nailed it.
Yeah. So speaking of woodworking a minute ago.
Yeah, please.
Have you seen A Simple Curve?
I have not. Is it a baseball movie?
Nope. It's about woodworking.
I was thinking like A Simple Curve. It's probably stars Kevin Costner, and he's like, a pitcher, and he throws.
Yeah, Kevin Costner is.
I throw a simple curve.
Pedro Martinez.
That's all. I just throw a simple curve. That's all I'll do.
Can you imagine? Yeah, let me cast Kevin Costner as Pedro Martinez.
in the movie of a lifetime. Kevin Costner as Pedro Martinez, which I don't know. It's Hollywood.
Yeah.
It would probably happen.
It's probably in the works right now. But anyway, no, A Simple Curve is none of those things.
Okay.
It's a little Canadian indie movie about a father and son. A boot. That's right.
I just want to correct you. Sorry.
No, thank you. I appreciate it. How could I
speak the language? Would you?
Yeah. Sorry. So, father and son do have like a woodworking shop in rural, middle of nowhere Canada,
Pleasant Hill, Canada.
That's right. Basically, where they, the father is really passionate about woodworking and like doesn't care about the money and like
classic dad move.
Dad move. Also, a classic Kathy Tyler.
Oh, okay.
Right? Okay. She's like, I don't want the fame. I don't want the money. I just want to do woodworking, and I'm really good at it.
Yeah, she does make nice chairs.
Right. Whereas in A Simple Curve, it's like he was a business guy turned hippie, and then like escaped to middle of nowhere also to do woodworking originally. So basically the same character. Yeah. There's both movies have themes of personal growth and self-discovery. Okay. This one is like, Kathy is like trying to figure out what she wants to do with her life in a post acting career situation. In A Simple Curve, so like the plot of A Simple Curve basically is some rich kid, now he's not a kid, he's an adult. Yeah. He grew up, friend of the son. And like got into some crazy big business world, and he tries to give them this like huge furniture contract, and he's like, this could make you rich. And the son's like, Dad, we got to do this. And he's like, that's about the authenticity. It's about
making chairs,
about wood. Right.
Yeah. It's about wood. I get wood over wood.
The wood.
It's about the wood, son. It's not about the money. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Both movies are about like, responsibility as a big theme. Like, when do you take it? When do you leave it behind? Right. Do you accept life as it is, or do you want more out of what you're trying to exist here? So just like this movie, when I was like rooting for Kathy Tyler to make more of her life and be, live the simple, hanging out with the Nazi child pissing Holocaust guy and, in her woodworking studio making furniture all day. That sounds amazing, right?
Yeah.
So almost like a wishful thinking / the end of this movie. I hope it goes on to become. I hope they get Simple Curved someday.
Yeah, maybe it's a prequel to Simple Curve. Maybe they have the kid that has the dad that has. You know what I mean?
Yeah, maybe Kathy dies, and that's why.
Yeah, and then they have a kid, and that's the son from A Simple Curve, right?
Yep, makes perfect sense. Right. So, anyway, what do you got?
You leave me so just hanging dry. So I'm going with it's Face Off meets The Fanatic. Come on.
Good episode. Great
episode. Like a classic ITMT episode, The Fanatic, right?
That's right.
Go back, listen to it. It's like probably our favorite movie I think we've ever done.
Yeah. I'd watch it again in a heartbeat.
We use it to benchmark how much a movie costs and or budget, what they made. So
that's right.
Go listen to that. I think that's episode 3, 4?
Probably, yeah. 3 or 4. Yeah. It's not good, listeners. If you go back and listen to it, I'd like to think we've come a long way.
We've matured. Yeah. But The Fanatic though. Yeah. Oh, Fred Durst jam. I mean, come on.
I love Limp Bizkit.
You heard it here first.
Keep rolling.
All right. So rolling. All right. So Face Off meets The Fanatic. So Face Off, right? Someone trying to be. Yeah, I'm doing a whole face-off thing, but you can't see it. But I'm doing it.
You can't see it. He's peeling his face off a little bit at a time, and it's really uncomfortable.
I'm actually Nicolas Cage. I've been Nicolas Cage the entire time. So Face Off, someone trying to be someone else, right? Mm-hmm. This movie, it's someone pretending to be someone else. A lot of pretending to be. So everyone's pretending to be someone else, right? Face Off's about that.
Ain't that the truth? Yeah.
And then you have the conflict of like the two main characters who have faced off are facing off. Right. Mm-hmm. Okay. Right. Mm-hmm. This movie, they're facing off. Am I right?
Yep.
Okay.
That's right.
Okay. I think that's it for that one. Meets The Fanatic. You get a movie that's always like, oh, this is a movie about movies, right? And this is a movie about fame.
About Hollywood, the old Hollyweird.
Yeah, Hollyweird. And like, fame, it's a crazy thing. And you know, why is everyone obsessed with famous people and blah, 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 right? And social media and that. I mean, I think this is just The Fanatic, but right? Because in The Fanatic, we've got what's it? Oh, double connection here. Holy shnikes. Face Off, Fanatic, right? Both have what's his face?
Both start with F. Devon Sawa? Where are you going with this? John Travolta?
Yes, thank you.
I have no one else in that. I think he really disappeared into the character.
I mean, he went method in it. So, I mean,
is his name Mooch or something?
Yeah, it's Moose. It's Moose. Moose. So, I have a double connection here, right? John Travolta in Face Off and The Fanatic. I am so pumped about my
good Lord.
Yeah, it's awesome. So The Fanatic about being famous, right? About obsession, about being obsessed with fame, right? That's what this entire movie is about. Being obsessed with fame. And like, then once you get it, it's not good. You don't want it.
That's right.
And that's the whole moral of this story is like being famous kind of sucks.
Not all cracked up to be, yeah.
I mean, you get the free drinks, you get the restaurants, you get the people, you know.
Yeah, people laughing at your jokes. You have money and stability, and
you have all sorts of people who just like you.
Sounds awful.
Yeah.
Listeners, don't let us get too famous.
Yeah, please. Let's just keep it at 50 downloads a week. And let's see what else. Oh yeah, and then there's like there's a climax of the fan who becomes, you know, fighting the star, right?
Yeah, the titular stand-in is nothing if not obsessed. That's correct.
I can't believe I didn't even think until just now I started talking about it. I didn't connect John Travolta as both
John Travolta's in. Oh my God, for Jesus.
I know, right? All right, it's fine. I got so excited about it.
Sorry, you're doing okay.
I'm excited. So that's it. I think that's it. Unless you see, is there anything else there?
No. Can you imagine if Devon Sawa was in Face Off? Awesome.
Yeah,
that'd be way better.
So that's it. I'm sticking with that.
Makes sense to me. John Travolta, a friend of the pod too.
Yeah. Yes, he is. Sure.
He's probably a weirdo, but
yeah, I mean, we
like
could
a lovable scamp.
Yeah, we'll have him on here. I mean, sure, if he wants to come and chat with us. Yeah. We should do interviews sometime. We should just reach out to like someone and be like, hey, you want to just talk to us?
We should do that. Yeah.
Right.
Great idea.
What's Devon Sawa up to?
I don't know. Probably more successful than probably more successful than we are.
Well, yeah, maybe. All right.
Depends on how you define that, I guess.
So that's it. We're done. We pitched it.
Great work, Gus.
Do we never not nail it?
No, we always never not nail it.
That's right. Don't worry about that. Don't think too hard about it. Just go with it.
Classic Grey Gardens.
Should we get into breaking this thing down?
Did you look up any of the studios like we said we were going to?
No,
Nice.
no.
Sam.
I don't want to.
I feel like we've seen Ingenious before. I know. We don't have to, listeners. Hey, good excuse for you to send us an email, right? It's just me@gmail.com. Yeah. Tell us about these studios. How much are they money laundering schemes? Because I bet a lot.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not going to do it right now. So we come in hot with production and distribution logos here.
Yep.
Saban, right? Saban.
Yep, that's right.
Saban Films coming in with the heavy animation, like
huge.
They must have put so much. They fronted.
It's so cool.
Yeah, it's super cool. I was like, "Is this the movie?" Saban Films. Shing. I was like,
"Badass!
Let's do this."
Yeah.
And you get Ingenious, sure.
Mystery Company,
The Exchange,
which I know something about now.
What do you got?
2 seconds of Googling. The Exchange is definitely one of those money laundering kind of companies.
Yeah, where they just have like a Facebook page and that's it.
Oh, no. They have a real website that is registered in Western Samoa.
Oh, yeah. That's okay. Yeah, come on. Like,
get a .ws website. You're doing great.
Oh, .ws website. Mm-hmm. Listeners, just a safety tip. Not actual an ITMT safety tip, but just general internet. Don't click on anything that's .com.
Yeah, just generally. Just .gov is probably fine. Maybe .org. Those are
.gov is fine. .org is fine. But anything
usual.
Else, stay away from it. .zip, don't do it. That's a new one. Don't touch it.
Don't do that.
Yeah, don't do it. Don't do it.
They're a leading worldwide sales and finance company committed to creating strong relationships between filmmakers. Yada yada yada. I know exactly what this is. Yeah. Y'all are money laundering.
We see through you. We see it.
I've been to this rodeo.
Yeah, come on. All right, so that's The Exchange, right? The Exchange. Yep. I mean, come on.
The Exchange.
Are you serious?
The jewelry exchange in Sudbury.
Yeah, we know what you're exchanging here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's free advertising for you.
All right, so then the next one though, I was like, there's like all of a sudden like a woman blowing like a gum, like a bubble.
It's gross.
Like a bubble of the gum. I was like, is this the start of the movie? I thought it was the start of the movie, and I was like,
I thought it was too, but then I was like, nope, I bet this is a trick.
Tricked us. Mm-hmm. And it's so long, and I was like, is this the start of the movie? No, it's Wrigley Media Group, and I was like, is in Wrigley gum?
Yeah, exactly. Like
because she's chewing gum, she's blowing a bubble, and it's just so weird. She blows the bubble, it pops, and then she's like,
it's like some kind of infringement. I don't know. Like it's definitely not the same company.
It's not Wrigley gum.
No. It's definitely not Wrigley.
Like Wrigley Field. Like what are we talking here?
There's it's Wrigley Media Group. It's like some Kentucky like media. Whatever.
So this was shot in Kentucky. It was like there's some stuff was done in New York, but then a lot of it was shot in Kentucky. So
yeah, this is Wrigley Media Group is the one that does all this like they do like sound stages and like studios and
Wrigley Media Group, huh?
Good at tax credits apparently.
I bet.
So yeah, I don't like that they are abusing the good Wrigley name,
right?
Right.
Yeah. Unless it's owned by Bob Wrigley. Like, I'm Bob Wrigley. Come on down to Media Group.
Owned by a person named Ms. D. Wrigley Miller.
Oh,
she looks kind of cool, I guess.
Okay. I mean, with a name like that, you got to look cool, right?
A gold medal equestrian athlete.
What is happening right now? A gold medal equestrian?
With a broadcasting degree from Arizona State. Nice.
When you say equestrian, you mean like rides a horse equestrian? Is that what we're talking about?
That's right. Gold medal equestrian.
I'm not downplaying it. I mean, that's fantastic. Good for her.
Yeah, how many gold medals do you have?
Only the ones I print on the internet.
But yeah, nothing to do with the gum fortune.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, she relocated her horse operation to Lexington, and that's when she founded this.
This is so much information about this person.
You're telling me. I'm on WrigleyMediaGroup.com/team/Ms. D. Wrigley Miller. And there's a lot of words here.
Why?
Something about royal duties. Great Prince Philip. She did something with Prince Philip.
Wow. Very crushed it. All right, RISD.
And apparently the Wrigley family name is really important to her, which...
Well, we're moving on. So then we get the opening of the movie, right? Credits, right? And we get some old-timey music playing, right? And this is pretty much just them summing up Candy Black, right? And it's kind of like it's a montage. It actually starts with a montage, right?
It does. From the trailer, like when they're like showing all like the magazine covers, but this one has more more.
Oh, and they do this
not a trailer.
They do this thing where it's like, oh, it's like as if someone is looking at a blog post about the top 15 Candy Black films, right? And they're scrolling down. So you get a
Pippi Longstocking.
Yeah, I wrote them all down, I think.
Oh, good.
Yeah. So there's like the top 15, whatever, right? And they'll make you laugh, right? And it starts with her like falling right off the bat on the ground, and she does her tagline, right? Hit me where it hurts, right? In a German accent.
Catchphrase.
Yeah, catchphrase. And she winks at the camera, right? And then it pulls back, and you're like, oh, it's a blog post someone's scrolling through. So it's like you're watching this person.
Right.
So you got Pippi Longstocking. And there's Rough Date, Game Over, Made in Chattanooga, BMX Blackout. That's a scene from the trailer. Yeah, where she, and then as you're watching this, like the person that's like scrolling through this clicks through and like you watch the video and then you cut into that scene. Yeah. So it's like her on the bike. That's the scene from the trailer where she hits the car and flips over the whatever. Yep. Does the tagline again, right? And then we cut to like flashbulb. We got a camera. We got paparazzi, magazine covers, all stuff from the trailer.
Yeah. Meanwhile, it's like sad music is playing the whole time.
It's like sad old timey music. So I'm gonna throw
the lyrics
out there,
are like unhappy in your world, lonesome in mine.
Anyways, yeah. So then we got what the putt, none's the word. Clicks through that. She falls off the church. We get the tagline, right? College days, ping pong Polly, rocks off, Mandy's world, saddle up. Click through. We show her falling in the cow shit. Stuff from the trailer. Tagline. And then we get the title card, The Stand-In.
Saddle Up was the last big hit, I guess.
Yeah. There's a lot of indie music in this movie.
Yeah, I don't like most of it. There's one song I like in this movie.
It's like a bunch of indie music when it's like depressing indie music. You're like, it's like a Zach Braff movie. Like a Garden State, but not good.
Well, but that's a really good soundtrack.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good movie. But trying to do that, it feels like.
I know what you mean. Yeah. Just like A Simple Curve.
It's all about woodworking.
That indie movie vibes.
And then we're on a movie set, right? Yep. And we're outside and we got Candy Black. She's hooded up and she's just getting hustled out of her car, right? And she's just surrounded. Miller. She's surrounded by like all of her people. She got TJ Miller, her agent. We got Lewis, a bunch of production people there, right? Crew, just hammer things. You got to do this. You got to do that. Blah, 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 right? Yep. And they're like, you need to get the hair and makeup. And she's just like, she goes to her trailer and she's like, no, we really need you to go to hair and makeup. And she's just like, ends it with telling everyone to just kind of basically fuck off.
Yeah, not just basically. She says, fuck you. Fuck you, fuck my life.
Yeah.
And you get a little bit of sense of the kind of character that Lewis is too. Like he's very much like your stereotypical Hollywood agent who's just like he's like, do we have any spare humans around to do whatever? Who cares?
Yeah, you could definitely tell he's fake in being, someone that's that cares about her, right?
And then meanwhile, we cut over to the set where we've got
scene from the trailer, basically.
Basically the scene from the trailer with Paula, the stand-in, and she's like giving notes to the director. She's like, "Oh, Candy's gonna want to do it this way, like just so you know."
Yeah, and this is the rehearsal with Ellie Kemper, Kemper's character, Jenna Jones, I think it is.
Yep.
And they run through the scene, whatever. It's pretty, whatever. They're like, it's not good. But then we get like,
she's supposed to smash a vase on the head of Candy, and that's like,
or the bottle,
the bottle, right? Thank you.
But so this is like the scene from the trailer. But remember we talked about this in the scene from the trailer. We're like, oh, this isn't funny.
Yep, it's just kind of mean.
You definitely needed more context because like in the trailer, you're like, what?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, what's your secret to success? I believe in professional boundaries. It plays almost as well in the movie as it did in the trailer.
Yeah. So then we cut to the trailer, not the movie trailer, but the trailer, that Candy Black's trailer, right? And she's just doing lines of coke, whatever, right?
Also, sorry. Meanwhile, this is when they first introduced the concept of replacing her with Melissa McCarthy. Was back at the end of that scene.
Right.
We have a quick cut of the director being like, I don't know, guess I'll call Melissa McCarthy's agent. Nice,
love it.
Yeah.
So we're in the Candy Black's trailer there, right? And Lewis is trying to get her to come out. She's doing lines of coke, whatever, and then
taking a bunch of pills.
Yeah, and
it's awful.
Yeah, she's all banged up, and then Paula shows up and she like convinces her to come out.
Yeah, apparently she owes Lewis for some money for some movie in Barbados, and it's a whole thing.
Classic Barbados movie,
And then Paula is basically like giving her the skinny on the Melissa McCarthy situation. She's like, I don't even look like Melissa McCarthy. I couldn't be the double.
Yeah. So you get a sense that like obviously like the Paula that's stand-in, she's like she doesn't have much, and this is what she's like banking on, right?
Right.
Pretty much. So if this doesn't continue to work out, then she's kind of just screwed, which we learn later. So
she says, come out on the set for me. And she does.
She does. Scene from the trailer. Right? Yep. Let's do this dog turd or whatever it is, right?
Flush this turd down the toilet.
That's it. So then,
it is kind of funny.
It is kind of funny. And then someone's getting into place, whatever, and they actually start doing the scene, right? Ellie Kemper, she's doing it, doing her scene, whatever. So she comes in, she takes the ring, whatever, and I guess they're supposed to be sisters. Ellie Kemper's supposed to hit her with the bottle, but instead she hits her with a
presumably like breakaway glass or something, like
sugar glass. And instead she hits her with like a statue and actually hurts her.
Wicked funny. Just bashes her in the head with a marble cat.
Clock. Yeah, there's like kind of a funny line, whatever. And like we cut to like the assistant and Lewis, and the assistant's like, did she actually hit her? And Lewis is like, yeah, with a marble cat. And then Ellie Kemper goes on this rant about like, oh, I fucked up. Sorry, I didn't eat breakfast. I didn't get breakfast. Don't give me breakfast.
And then you get a don't be fucking sorry. Just think. And she goes on this huge rant, like angry, screaming tirade, being like, how would you feel if some stupid bitch mashed you in the head with a marble cat? She's like, look, bottle cat. Like, they're different. Like, you don't have to do this.
You're probably on a diet. You know how to diet. Eat a pizza and have an 8-ball.
Yeah. It's a whole big monologue.
Whatever. It's making fun of those moments when the method actors like flip out on set, and it's like, dude, you're relax. You're an actor. Like,
classic Christian Bale.
Yeah, that was the first thing that came to mind. I'm trying to be in my place here, and you're in your fucking my fucking way, because he's British, by the way.
That's right. Yeah. Allegedly.
So she's just like on this, and it lasts so long. It's so awkward. Mm-hmm. The crew is feeling weird, right?
Yeah.
And like Lewis, TJ Miller comes over and he's like trying to calm her down, whatever. And he's like, yeah. She's like, this is shit. This movie is shit. And he's like, yeah, it's shit. He's like, it's not shit. It's an alternative type of quality. Yeah. I thought that was kind of funny.
Yeah, it was funny.
And then it basically culminates in her trying to throw something at
an ashtray
at Lewis. She misses and it shatters or whatever. It hits Ellie Kemper in the face or in the eye, right?
In the eye, yeah. Which wild.
Yeah. So
she's one of the production guys is filming on his phone
because that's how it all breaks down, right?
Exactly. So she has a big meltdown, and TJ Miller's like, let's just talk about anything else and go outside.
Yeah.
Then we cut to
news update. 5 years ago, that video went viral.
Yeah, from the trailer again.
Yeah. It was the beginning end of her career, right?
Well, she stopped filing income taxes, and that's what brought her down. She pulled a Wesley Snipes.
She definitely did. I don't know why. Like we said, safety tip: pay your taxes or else.
That's right. But then at the same time, where they like show us her mansion on Long Island and stuff, and talk about that. And
she's been skipping court, whatever, not showing up for court, whatever. She hasn't been seen in public in 5 years. They do that on purpose, just to like set up the fact that like when Paula makes it more believable that Paula can take over, because
they're talking about her alcohol problems and stuff like that. And then I do love that they're like, and we've got a mixologist on the set today to show us what that drink is that really sent her spiraling. Like we talked about earlier of like leaning into something and not doing a good job of it. This like meta commentary, like satire bit where they're like lean into that. That's one of the funniest lines in the show that they like quick cut for like 1 second. Lean into that, like Gamer tried to and did a bad job of.
Gamer, butts, Jesus Christ!
If you're gonna make fun of the talk shows like this, like really do a good job of it.
yeah, go all in, right? All right, so we cut back to we're at the mansion, Candy's house, right?
Yep.
She's like basically watching this on her laptop, this new stuff, and she's like, she just looks all banged up and just worn out, right?
Yep.
And then she goes to like
got some messages on a dating site thing, or carpentry
site, or something like that.
Dating site for carpenters.
Is that what it was?
Yep.
Okay, yeah. I mean, why not, right?
There's one for everything.
So then we learn about Steve Grady, right? So they've been messaging each other quite a bit, and then she calls this Steve Grady on the phone. They're talking, and it seems like they had a relationship, but they've never met. And that's the whole thing. But they've just been talking because she doesn't want to reveal who she actually is because billboards and money, right?
Exactly. But Steve doesn't have a TV, so like he's not going to recognize her anyway, probably.
No, yeah. She's like, I've got to go on like a hiatus or something like that. But they've never met, and that's kind of what we learn about Steve. That's about that whole scene, right?
Yep, they do some talking about woodworking. She's, doesn't like pine apparently. She's a big cedar fan. That comes back a few times. And this is also the setup here for she's like, I can't talk to you for like 3 months. I got to go away because of the rehab thing because of not paying your taxes.
Yeah.
And so he's just like, well, I guess we have to break up then. And she's sad and curls up in her bed, and
it's depressing.
Yeah, exactly.
And then we get cop flashlight in a street, right? And we got a car, and we got Paula, the stand-in. She's just sleeping in her car. So we learn that she's just, since Candy Black is not doing anything, obviously the stand-in is not doing very well. So
yeah, like you got to move your car because street cleaning starts in 10 minutes.
Yeah, you can't be sleeping in your car, lady.
Yeah.
Cut back to the house, Candy Mansion, right? Candy Mansion. And she calls Lewis. We get a bunch of exposition about how like things between them didn't end well, right? He's like on the streets of New York walking around, and like, but he's like, I'm ready to pick back up because whatever, he's just looking out for himself and just wants money, right?
Yep.
He's like trying to be positive, but whatever.
Meanwhile, she's hatching a plot.
She's kicking things off. Or she's like the
contact info for Paula. Yeah, Paula, what's her name? Like he literally does not remember her last name, which is also funny.
And then we cut to an audition room. So multiple cameos here / randomness.
Yep.
So she goes into like an audition like room, and the guy who's running the like behind the desk. Did you recognize him?
Nope.
Okay, so that's Murray Bartlett.
Oh yeah, of course. I don't know who Murray Bartlett is.
Did you watch the movie? Did you watch the show White Lotus, the first season? White Lotus. Yep. Okay.
Yep.
He's the hotel manager.
Oh, he is? Oh, I didn't recognize him. Yeah. Oh, he's so much better in that than this.
He's awesome. Did you watch Last of Us?
Yeah.
He plays Frank in episode 3.
Oh.
Yeah.
Weird. Okay.
Right.
Sure.
It's like one of like many cameos that just randomly pop up in this movie. I'm like, what?
That guy's a chameleon. I just can't recognize him in anything.
He's also like, I think Australian too or something. So he's
Australian?
I'm pretty sure.
You're right. Oh my God.
Mary Bartlett.
Incredible. What a great actor.
Yeah. So he plays the guy behind the desk there. He's only in this scene he's in it for like 2 seconds.
Weird.
Yeah. Huh. And then we get the Richard Kind cameo, he's just sitting there in the corner. He's just like yelling, barking at what's her face there, Paula, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And it's just like, it felt like just, it was like hey, Richard Kind, just go ahead and rant and rave, do what you want to do. We'll film you for like 5 minutes.
Which I appreciate.
Yeah, it's fine. Nothing wrong.
It's a role that he's good at.
So then we get a message. So Murray Bartlett's character there behind the counter, he's like, oh, we got a message from Lewis looking for the stand-in, looking for Paula, right? And he's like,
we're looking for someone needs to play Candy Black in a reenactment of something.
A reenactment. Okay. Like reenactments are only for like the Civil War, not for movies.
Right.
So she's happy. She's pumped. That's great.
Yeah. Everything's coming up Millhouse.
Yeah. And then we're back at the mansion. And we get a quick shot of like the mailbox just overflowing with like
so long. This like that's another thing too. They did like they just did weird transitions all throughout this movie. Like she drives to the mansion and it's like, I don't know, it's probably like 3 or 4 minutes. And you're like, why are they doing it like this?
Yeah, and they do like a shot of like, and it's like, again, this is kind of weird, like I don't know. So like they just to show, I guess she's not talking to the outside world, like they show her mailbox outside and she's like overflowing with like all these letters. It's like okay, I guess, I don't know,
but it's also Long Island and not LA, so like those would be wet and like
like dissolved.
New York has seasons, right? Like 5 years goes by, like I don't know.
Yeah, that's it's
Hurricane Sandy probably took that mailbox out at some point.
Yeah, right. Like all that shit should be like across the yard and like just everywhere. Mm-hmm. So Paula pulls up to the mansion, whatever, right?
Yep.
And it's seen from the trailer where they meet. She opens the door, right? And then basically we learn more about Paula's character, right? She's like, where she works at a community center or something like that, changing diapers.
Nursing home.
Yeah, nursing home. That's what it was, right? She's poor. She lives in her car, which we know.
Yeah. Which Candy apologizes for work drying up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like Candy immediately at this point is like already a more sympathetic character. Like they kind of just gloss over that.
Yeah.
She's definitely still an asshole, but like she at least is like apologizing and like is like feels bad for this character that she has inflicted misfortune on already.
Yeah. It's such a weird setup of this movie. Anyways, so yeah, more stuff from the trailer. Right. She shouldn't go to rehab. And they have that conversation. And basically Candy's like, well, what if you filled in for me? And you
the setup of the whole thing.
Yeah. This sets it all up. Right. And then we learn Candy, AKA Kathy here. We learned her, like, she's like, I'm done with acting. I don't want to be famous. I don't like this, blah, 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 you know?
Yep.
And Paula's like trying to pump her up, like, hey, get back into, because like obviously her motivation is like, I want you to work so I can have a job.
Right.
Paula's trying to be an actress, but she's not good. So
right. Exactly. And then like they do a little kind of cutaway explanation of her first role where she only got the part because the other actor died, and like she immediately was doing slapstick stuff and like
and the whole thing, and then
it's all very bleak.
we set up the whole carpenter thing, right?
Yeah,
she was a carpenter on a set or something like that,
right? Exactly.
And that's how she got her break, because the lead actress overdosed.
Yeah. So she's like, all right, I'll do it. I'll do the rehab thing only if you take an acting job afterwards and make me the stand-in again. Like I want to give me back my old life.
Yeah.
She's like, fine, deal.
Done. Right. Yeah. And then Paula leaves as Candy Black, like, get in the car to go to rehab, right? Because the paparazzi's out there and they're just, hounding the car for some reason.
Hate this song, whatever it is. It's like elevator music. It's really weird.
Yeah. Whatever. So we're back in the inside the mansion, right?
Yeah.
And we learn about Steve, more about Steve, right? Candy's talking to Steve, right? He's writing a book, aren't we all? Am I right?
No, I'm not, but you are.
There's clearly they've got a relationship going on. It's very genuine. It's very real.
And I thought that they were going to be like actually long distance, but he's like, oh, I found a bar in Brooklyn.
Yeah. He's
like, you're like, wait, you're up the street? Like,
not far.
Yeah. And this is when the New York listeners write in to be like, oh, getting from Long Island to Brooklyn takes like 4 hours on the fucking ferry.
And you got to drive for another 4 hours.
Yeah, shut up.
Stay in Long Island.
I'm walking here.
No one wants to hear you, but email us, please. So then, so she talks about wanting to get off the grid and wanting living into like a small town and open a furniture store. So that's kind of like where she's headed, right? She's down being famous. We get the line, your sexy wood talk is giving me wood.
Yeah. Sure.
You'd like it.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, let's do it. Let's go to Pleasant Hill, USA. Right.
Yep, exactly. Which is apparently a real town that they want to open a furniture store, live above it. And like, you can carve a love seat out of cedar because I know how much you love cedar.
Love cedar.
He's like, but we have to meet before we run off together. We have to.
I mean, that makes sense. I mean, I buy that.
Yeah,
and then we cut to the rehab center, right?
Yep, exactly. More terrible music.
Yeah, and scene from the trailer. They're in the circle of trust there.
Which, cutting back, like being like her being a bad actor, she's like, they're like, well, tell us about your rock bottom, and she's like, I've never had a rock bottom, and you're like, you're supposed to be Candy, who has had many rock bottoms. It seems like so, like.
So she's like not doing very well at the whole sharing why she's rock bottom. There was a kind of a funny moment, like the old guy there though. He's pretty,
yeah.
And like him and was there Michelle there, Ingrid? They kind of go back and forth about like her movies.
Hippie bong stocking.
Yeah,
whether it was good or not.
She got the munchies and ate an entire building. It's fucking stupid.
Or hilarious.
And then we get like the kitchen scene from the trailer.
Yep.
With Andrew Rannells, who was like in it for like, this is it.
1 second. Yeah.
Yeah. I thought there was gonna be more.
He's like very confusing to me. Yeah.
And this one joke, she's a lady that takes a dump every day, and that's it. And he's done. And then we cut to the scene from the trailer with Michelle, aka Ingrid here, right? The drug joke. Is
Barbara's assistant, importantly. So that's something we didn't get in the trailer,
right?
Originally, she's the director that she used to work with at one time on Saddle Up.
So this interaction was pretty funny. So we have Ingrid talking to Paula, and she's like, oh, they want to do a reboot of Saddle Up, her last big movie, whatever, right?
Yep.
And Paula's like, oh, but I'll be in rehab. I won't get out. She's like, well, if you're good, they'll let you out, sooner.
Yep.
Paula's like, always working for an angle here. She's like, I'll do it under one condition. She's like, do you remember Candy Stand-In?
Yeah.
And Ingrid's like, oh my God, yes, you were such a fucking loser. And it just
how could I forget? Yeah.
And it just cuts at that. I was like, that's all right. That's pretty funny. And then we cut back to the mansion, right? And we got Candy
with
cutting up
good music
outside.
this time.
Yeah. I think
like
so.
this song. Yeah, it was like I don't know. I don't even know what it was, but I recognized the song, and I was like, oh, okay.
So she's like cutting wood outside and like kind of just into doing her woodworking stuff, right? And she's inside using a table saw, right? Mm-hmm. Doing that stuff.
And then we do a quick cut back to the therapy circle,
the rehab. Yeah.
Where she's doing a much better, well, not really, but she's kind of doing a better job of participating this time, where she's like, I love drinking booze. In fact, it's my favorite thing. Like I love
booze.
I love abusing people, and
I do terrible things like falling over, or say terrible things like get lost, or pees on myself or pee on other people. I was like, oh, this is kind of funny.
Yeah, it was a pretty good couple minutes.
That was it. And then we got a title card, right?
Yeah. Well, no, then basically then she's getting out. Yeah, this is the title card, and you're like, oh, I guess this is the good behavior. Like she gives a wink to Michelle, and Michelle's like, yeah, you're doing good. Like
yeah. And then we get the title card 3 weeks later. And that's probably I think that's it. That's a good stop for 3 weeks later.
Yeah.
Just listen 2 days from now, and you'll hear the rest of this awesomeness
hard to believe
that we're doing right now. I know, right? Very hard to believe. So
fast.
That's it. That's part 1. So thanks for listening. We'll be back on Thursday with part 2. In the meantime, you can follow us on Instagram. It's This Meets That. ITMT Pod on Twitter. Subscribe where you're listening, and share with a friend.
And when you share with a friend, you can also share with strangers. Write a review. That would be nice. Leave maybe a comment on YouTube if you're feeling frisky. Or if you're feeling old-fashioned, you can send us an email. It's thismeetsthat@gmail.com. Talked about it a little bit earlier. We'll read them in Trailer Trash. So if you send one right now, you might hear it in 2 episodes from now. Who knows?
We're big fans of AI. We've talked about it. Just let that write it for you.
Yeah, Elizabeth did it last episode. Just pop in a quick AI prompt. Easy squeezy. Or go to the website if you're just looking for information. You want the safety tips that we haven't posted there yet. You want the blog post that we haven't written yet.
The t-shirt you want to buy that has a safety tip on it coming soon. Right.
The board game that you're interested in, but
the musical tour, the fashion tour, all these
Russ's
things. Russ's book, all these things that we have promised you over the last 3 years.
That's right.
It's all going to be there soon.
Yeah, some more imaginary than others, but eventually,
yes.
They'll all be there.
One thing at a time.
Yeah. So go to itsthismeetsthat.com, for information.